UK Prime Minister David Cameron proclaims it's not enough that you follow the law. You must love Big Brother. Listen to what he actually said. Here's the quote. This is from David Cameron. For too long, we have been a passively tolerant society, saying to our citizens, as long as you obey the law, we'll leave you alone. What's he going to do for people? How is he going to change this now? I don't really understand the contract as it's going to be changed in the UK. You know, we have contract law, not a dictatorship in the West, supposedly. We have contracts like the Constitution, like laws that are written by our legislatures, things that recognize the fact that when you obey the law, you are left alone by the government. That's been the contract. That's been the fundamental contract traditionally in English and American law for centuries. So now he's saying for far too long we've done that. We've just been passively tolerant of people who obey the law, but that's not enough. We're not going to leave you alone if you obey the law. And now a lot of people tweeted this out and said, as Glenn Greenwald said, this is really the mentality of Her Majesty's government. It's now not enough for you to obey. You must love Big Brother. Quite frankly, I don't see anything in that about loving Big Brother. I see them analyzing every aspect of your life, as we've seen the NSA do, looking at your social media, looking at your metadata from your phone company, following everywhere you go, tracking and taxing you, and constantly analyzing you to see if you are doing something unusual. Well, let's look at some of the things that they're doing now. We've got a North Carolina woman that's being evicted from her own land because she's living in a tent. Why is she living in a tent? When she was hooked up to the septic system of the local county, they dumped tons of raw sewage onto her property. She disconnected that. They tried to clean that up, and she refuses to hook back up to that. She wants to stay on her own septic. She's got a tent now where they've damaged her property, and they say, no, you can't do that unless you are a licensed campground. That's what they're telling her locally. We're seeing that kind of tyranny everywhere. Look at the mandatory vaccines. That's now taken another step in California. The state bill that's there has passed the Senate. It is moving on to the House. People there need to be awake, and that's not the only state, unfortunately, where this is happening. This is happening everywhere. Changing the term of informed consent, taking away our ability, our rights as human beings to look at what we're being given, to have a discussion with our doctor to see what we agree with, what's appropriate for us, and make those decisions. No, they change the language. They say it's no longer informed consent. It is a personal belief exemption. It's just what you think. It doesn't really matter. We're the ones who have all knowledge. We'll tell you what's good for you. And you don't have any rights. You just have the exemptions that we give you. We're going to take those away.